Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Make sure everybody can see me and hear me. Awesome. There we go. Alright, everybody. Welcome to another Living with a Toy Collector. Um, Today I mainly want to talk about something that kind of popped into my head recently. Here we go. Alright, so before I continue, Anna Chaos from Living with a Toy Collector. There's my YouTube channel. Pretty much, I do this for fun. It's just kind of like my own side project. I am the content manager for Raging Nerdgasm. Raging Nerdgasm is owned by my husband. And look, we finally fixed that error problem. Thank you to our friends at Pandemic Creative. Thank you so much. And it's now ready and good to go. So I'm very excited. Something else to keep in mind. My husband is doing a giveaway, giving away some Muscle Man figures. These figures are hand painted by yours truly. And those of you guys who know me, you know I'm an artist, and I just really enjoy toys. I kind of married into toys due to my husband, Tom Chaos. And yeah, we're currently giving a giveaway. So yeah, so check it out. All right, so today I want to talk about something that I noticed at the other day, and that is, oops, let me change my brush. Why are toys so, oops, sorry cats, the file is a little big, so expensive? So I'm sitting there and I started thinking about it. Now, those of you guys who personally know me, I have an extensive, education, including my MBA in marketing. And, I have a hard time because I understand things from an artist's point of view, how people go, things should be free and cheap and all that fun stuff. But at the same time, I have this dilemma that I understand the concept of business and money and all that fun stuff. So I've really sat down and I thought about it. And the one thing that a lot of people keep bringing up is that figures about 5, 6 years ago used to be like, I don't know, $5, $6 for a 3 1/4 inch figure, and now they're like $10. And people are going, why? Why is it so expensive? So I'm going to do my best to explain this to the best of my abilities. I will go ahead and excuse myself. I still have a little bit of a cold. So if you see me coughing, please excuse me. So the first thing comes in is an idea. All right. The idea could go into several ways to approach this. You either have a major company that is getting their developing team to create a new idea, or you have a individual that's going, hey, I have this great idea. Will you be interested on buying the product, or will you be interested in mass producing it or buying me out, so on and so forth. Now, individuals are pretty much like, think of Silly Bands a couple years, actually not even a couple years, I'm going to say about 2 years ago. Silly Bands was created by a guy in his spare time, and unfortunately for him, he didn't patent it. He would have made way more money. But pretty much an individual comes up with an idea, he's interested in producing it, and maybe he doesn't have the resources to do it on his own, so you approach a company after he's gone through patents, copyrights, and all kinds of different stuff, otherwise they won't look at it, and then they go, okay, that's a great idea, and we'll produce it. When they get a developing team, it's because currently they're looking for a product to add to their portfolio. Meaning, for example, a couple years ago, some of you guys noticed that Disney purchased Marvel, and the main reason for that was that they purchased the Disney they developed the Disney Girl products, such as Disney Princess, Disney Tinkerbell, and the Hannah Montana. This is about 5, 6 years ago. So they had the Princess for the little girls, like 0 to 4, and then they had the Tinkerbell series, which is for the younger girls, and then they had the Hannah Montana for the tween market. And then they realized that they didn't have anything for boys, so instead of developing something completely from scratch for the boys, they went ahead and they bought Marvel. So now fathers and sons have something to share that is a Disney type product. So technically, either way, this right here to develop a whole new product. Uh, Luckily, this guy probably is already done on his own, but developing, they're going to look for research and development, which also costs money, which is going to pretty much be asking questions like demographic, um, what's the age group, what are they like, and will the product that they're currently developing be something that they want and will buy. Now this right here can take a lot of time. So if you're sitting there and if you think about it, I mean, you're talking about a team of people going, okay, so we need a product that's marketed for 4-year-olds to 6-year-olds, mainly younger boys, in a specific, even believe it or not, income bracket. For example, right now there's a lot of toys that are coming out that are based for apps. Pretty much app toys where you have your tablet and then you get like a little figure and you go ahead and you you use it on a tablet. So obviously they're going to start gearing those toys to higher end consumers or consumers with more disposable income. So all kinds of stuff goes into the research and development. So let's say right here they have the idea, they're good to go. Now from here they have to go and they have to go to a manufacturer, mainly China. Everything is made in China. All right. So when they go to the manufacturers, right here comes another cost. So they have the idea, they say it's fully approved, and then they go to manufacturing. Manufacturer is going to charge for a couple of things. It's going to charge for materials. It's going to charge for labor. Is also going to charge depending on the quantities. And by the way, guys, if you see me misspelled something, I will tell you to the day I die. I am a art major, mainly with a business degree. I am not an English major, so if you see something funny, laugh it up. I know I misspell things all the time. So it's going to be materials, labor, quantities, because the higher the quantity, the cheaper the cost is going to be. And then this also goes for transportation. So one of the things that is mainly affecting toys today is mainly oil. A lot of plastics is made out of oil, so if the price of oil has gone up, guess what? The cost of the materials have gone up, and the cost of transportation has gone up. As for the labor, as of China right now, they're having, if you read a lot of news like I do, they're having a lot of protests from workers, which good for them. They want better pay. They want safety. And so because now this is becoming an issue in China and some companies are granting that, that is also increasing the cost of that toy. Alright, so a couple things to keep in mind as you continue to go through. So this is pretty much still pretty simple, but there's still more. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shrink that down a little bit. Alright, so let's say manufacturing went through. Everything's good, so there's the idea. There's the manufacturing. And now here comes the other part. So you have transportation. Then now you have to worry about distribution. Alright, now distribution is an interesting thing because you're not only paying for moving this from point A to point B, but now you're also moving into C, D, E, F, and so on and so forth. Depending on the location that you go to, there's going to be a different type of taxes, also known as tariffs. Alright, so a product cannot come into the country without it going through a port where they have to pay a tariff, which is taxes collected by the current country to import the specific goods. If the specific goods, for example, a tariff for food will be different than a tariff for a vehicle. It will also be different for books and all kinds of different stuff. So tariffs vary depending on the product. Now it also varies, for example, if you have toys. So let's go into car manufacturing for a second. So I'm not sure if you guys noticed, for example, let's grab a Ford car. Alright, so you will see that it says an American car, but all that it is that it's put together here. The engine, I believe, if I'm correct, they come from Mexico. The interiors of the electronics come from Japan. And recently, with the tsunami went through, we saw a large impact on electronics because of the flooding, and a lot of manufacturers were washed away. All right, and then if I'm correct, no, but anyways, but these are the main two. So they have the engine that comes from Mexico, all the nice sniffy, spiffy wiring, and then they put it together here in the U.S. All right, so it's technically made in America, but what they're saying is it's really built or assembled together. The parts are brought in to America to be assembled together for actual manufacturing or actual production or final production of the product itself. But anyway, so now right here you have tariffs. So you're adding taxes, you're adding transportation and distribution, all that fun stuff. So once again, depending on the product, okay, now you're adding another cost to that toy itself. So now we have cost of development, cost of manufacturing, and transportation. Then you have cost of importing your product. Again, another product you can look into for tariffs differences. Look at something called Copic markers. They're Japanese markers. I totally love them. And if you go to Japan, if I remember correctly, you can actually buy them there for like $2. They're amazing markers. I love them. They're very environmentally friendly and they're refillable. But if you're here in the States, they cost you like $6. And the main reason for that is because of the tariffs. All right. So anyway, let's continue. Alright, so here now we have all these three methods. Now let's go ahead and continue to add to even more cost. Alright, so now that we brought this product to the country, now you have a couple of things that you have to pay for. You need to pay for advertisement of this product, and that's including TV, which I haven't seen it. Yeah, actually I have. You played Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. TV advertisements, which by the way, they are not cheap, and definitely if they are on prime time period. Then you also have print ads. Alright, so that's the other thing. And on top of that, you might have other types of ads, for example, like online ads that are also adding to the cost. Alright, so now you also have to pay for advertisement. Now here's the other thing you have to pay for. You have to pay for shelf space. So I'm not sure if you've ever been to Walmart. You notice that there's a section for like Hot Wheels. There's always a section for Star Wars. There's a section for Barbies. That's not done accidentally by the store. That's actually, these companies go to Walmart, Target, wherever, and they go, hey, I want our stuff to be the main prime and be mainly display. We're going to pay you X amount to make sure our clients or the customer doesn't have to hunt for it. It'll be the easiest thing to find. So you're paying also for shelf space. Alright, so once again, that go ahead and adds. Ooh, by the way, I also forgot to add packaging. And packaging development. Anyway, so now you have the idea, research and development. Also, you have to worry about safety. Okay, so if your product is not safe, guess what? You can't put it out on the market. So this is where up here, this time takes place up here. Manufacturing, which includes material, label, quantity, transportation, and packaging development. Okay, so that's the other thing. And then from here, you go into distribution, which pretty much also includes taxes and tariffs. And then from over here, you also have to add advertisement. And then on top of that, you have to add shelf space. All right. And then when you go to the store, you finally get to see your action figure cost, whatever it is, in this fancy bubble, and it'll come with an absurd price of $10 to $20 for a 3 1/4 size figure. All right, so technically in the end, it might cost from beginning to end the company to bring this product. Again, it also depends on the quality. Mainly $3, maybe $3 to $4 per unit. And but however, because this is a brand product, a brand product also comes in from marketing and advertisement, so the value of it is going to go up. Me and my husband recently talked about a video of G.I. Joes versus corpse figures at Walmart. I'll go ahead and try to link that to this video here. And pretty much what it is because they don't have to pay at the end for advertisement or specific shelf space, it cuts down the cost significantly. So this right here, this is the big bucks. It's not cheap to advertise. It's not cheap to make sure your products get seen. This right here really adds up to the cost of a product. So that's why you'll see a Walmart G.I. Joe bootleg for $2, but you might see a regular G.I. Joe figure that's brand that is $10. All right, so hopefully this explains a little bit why toys are so expensive. I know this is an extremely watered down version of the actual explanation, but this is just to give you a basic idea what the market is dealing with. Other things that you will also run into for the high cost of a toy is the quantity. For example, if they only made 1,000, okay, and you have a ton of collectors, obviously because it's less off, the value is going to be higher versus when they make like about 5 million units. All right, that becomes a very common toy, so the price is going to be lower. All right, that's why companies try to make sure that they keep their collectors on their toes by introducing things such as variants of their toys or their products. They also keep the hype up by adding mystery toys. For example, Hot Wheels is very exclusive by adding treasure hunts. If you're a Hot Wheels collector, you know what I'm talking about. And then you'll have something that will be exclusives. And exclusives are mainly stuff you see either you can only buy on this web page on this day, on this month. You will see exclusives. Excuse me. The other thing you will see would be like conventions, like like Comic-Con, conventions, online memberships, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So you have the concept of the idea, research and development, because even if the idea comes from an external source, they still gotta make sure, let me go ahead and make that bigger, they still gotta make sure that the product is safe and is something that consumers are willing to buy, and they need to figure out what is a safe price point for those people to buy those figures and all kinds of different stuff. From there, once that is approved, that gets passed to manufacturer, which deals with material, label, quantities, transportation, and packaging costs. From there, it gets transferred to transportation and distribution. which pretty much go ahead and adds to taxes and tariffs. From there, if they're a major brand, you will get into advertisements such as TV, print ads, and online stuff. And also shelf space at the store. And then from there, you get your mighty price dollar that we're seeing. And it also depends on the variables of quantity. Is it an exclusive? Is it a variant, a mystery toy? And is it a brand or not? So hopefully that explains a little bit better why toys are so expensive. And right now, the other statistic that I'm not adding to here is that they notice because the economy is getting a little tougher. People are not buying as many toys, so there's less quantity of these toys being produced versus from when, I was a kid in the 80s. The population was going through a boom. Right now, our population is just making enough people to um, grow, but not the way it used to be. So less children, less toys to be produced, so on and so forth, and yada 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 yada. So, but anyway, this has been Anna Chaos from another Living with a Toy Collector. So let me go down here. So make sure you guys check out my webpage. Also, check out my husband's webpage, and don't forget to join us on the Raging Nerdgasm page for Shirley Shenanigans. All you gotta do is join, so that way you get a chance to win Raging Nerdgasm video, not video, a toy. We're just giving this away. You got up to the 19th to go ahead and join us over there, and that's about it. So thank you for joining me, and you guys peace out, and have a wonderful